my incredible exceptionally. Wow, I look really orange. I think that's better. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Guy, exceptional existence community. Hi. Okay, you know what we're going to talk about tonight, guys? Look, I haven't got this down, okay? I haven't got this down. I'm just still very... How do I make myself a little bit... Anyway, whatever. You can somewhat see me. So what I want to talk to you about is something I was reading this morning, actually, and it was about not what happens to us that creates stress in the body, but rather the way we think about it and interpret it in the mind. So today was a bit of a challenging day for me. I had a couple of encounters that weren't very pleasant, and it's like I know I'm so conscious of the fact that it's the meaning I give to the situation, because I've seen this happen again and again and again. So something happens to you in your everyday life, which unfortunately I can't actually share with you guys through this community. I wish I could. I really wish I could. But I can't. So for confidentiality reasons. So anyway, but it was a bit of a nightmare. And I guess because when I do the exceptional existence reboot method, which many of you know is subconscious reprogramming using therapeutic grade scent, what I find, or even in my women's events, it's not what happens to us in life. I know I've said this before, but I really believe it so strongly. It's the meaning that we give to it. It's the meaning that we give to it. So when we have the exceptional existence reboot method and we do that, and I do that I've done it with hundreds of people, I see it again and again. It's about the situation that they go through in their life, and usually during childhood or the younger years, when we haven't really had life's experiences to know the true meanings of many situations. We give those situations the meaning that we believe with our young, underdeveloped, inexperienced mind, and as a result of that, our body responds and our subconscious mind responds, which creates our physical environment. So when something happens to you guys, now I am sharing this with you because I certainly haven't got it perfect, but I want to share it with you because it's my intention to actually really try and consciously work on this, because generally in life, we're not surrounded by fluffy white clouds, and things happen to us. Situations happen to us, encounters happen that aren't always positive. Now, you've got the encounter. That's one thing. And then you have the meaning you give to the encounter. Okay? So I could have this one encounter. I could be one person over here, Bob, and Bob gives this meaning to this encounter. Maybe Bob has an ability to look at things with glass half full. Maybe whatever's happened here really isn't that important to Bob. So when he looks at it, he's like, nah. And then over here, you got Sally. And Sally really cares about this. She takes things very personally. And this happens to her the exact same thing. Still my left hand. And she gives it this meaning. And this meaning is negative. She gets caught in it. She gets emotional. She gets lost in it. She gives it a very different meaning to Bob. And as a result of that, their lives are very different. Their day is very different. Their reaction in their physical body is very different. Bob is thinking, yeah, whatever. I'm just going to go home for the day. Sally, did I call her Sally? Whatever I think it was Sally. Sally is like, oh my God, my life is over. She starts to feel sick. She might start to get throat issues. That's usually something where you feel like you're not able to stand up for yourself, or you've got little control in your life at a certain time. You might get the flu. You might get a cold, a sore throat. So at that point, you've created that physical reaction in your physical body as a result of your mental attachment to that situation, or the feeling and the emotions and the interpretation that you've given that situation. Not easy, guys. Not easy. I see you saying this, not easy. Especially if you're in an emotional situation and it's something you really are emotionally attached to. You will generally get quite emotional. You might feel like crying. You might get angry. You might be reactive. You might think, oh my God, how is this possibly happening? Oh my God, 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 oh my God. So at that time, what I really invite you to do is think of me or this post and think to yourself, you know what? The situation is what it is. I can't help it, but I certainly have a decision, or I have control over the way I react to it. So I'm going to choose to react to it in a certain way. Or I'm not going to let myself affect this situation has affected me. I feel that, but I'm not going to let it take any more from my emotions, or even more importantly, my physical body, because it will affect your physical body. You will start to show signs of that stress and negative reaction within your physical body. Acknowledge it. Really look at it, acknowledge it, and also acknowledge the situation, but acknowledge the meaning you've given to it and analyze that. Because remember, if you don't take control of your mind, it will take control of you, and it's not worth it. Because generally, guys, perhaps you can also think of times when you got so worked up and upset, and 2 years later, 1 week later, not such a big deal, or you can see why it happened, or it happened for a good reason. So sometimes it's good to also think about that, because you think, actually, all those bad things that have happened to me that I really got upset about, really not a big deal. And that's also good to have in your toolbox, when these moments happen. And with that, guys, I'm going to sign off. If you think there's somebody in your community that would benefit from this post, please do share it with them by tagging them in the comment section below. Don't forget to join our movement if you haven't done so already by following the link. And remember, an exceptional existence is your birthright. So go out and grab it with both hands, because it's waiting for you. Thanks so much, guys. Good night. Mwah!